Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your September 11th through the 20th, 2018 reading for you. Now I've shuffled and meditated upon the cards, so we are going to see what these 10 days have in store for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, all that information will be in the description box below. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, Gemini, you have worked, there you are, right there. You have worked your tush off, and you are starting to see results. I mean, seriously, you have put in the hard work, you have had the patience. And now, here, the, what are these? Major Arcana cards, there we go. They're the huge life lessons, the karmic lessons that will be happening in these 10 days. Now, they could be large, they could be small, but they impact your soul, okay? And they bring you a real sense of peace. I just feel as if Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, you have worked so hard. And now you're starting to see results. It could be a large way, it could be in a small way, but you are really starting to feel as if it's your time. Wasn't that less? It's your time to be prosperous. It's your time to have that prosperity come into your life. It's your time to have the fruits of your labor actually be paying off. Because some people might sit there and think that you're a dreamer and, you know, because you do live a lot in your mind. All air signs do. But you're not a dreamer. You're not, just living in the clouds. You are actually moving forward and achieving and succeeding something tangible. Your first card is the Three of Pentacles. And this is a beautiful card. I love it because it's not about working with everybody else, which is what the Three of Pentacles means in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it is a man standing on a bench in what looks like a cathedral-like setting with two men right beside him. And they're working together to create this cathedral, to create this place of worship. I guess, kind of bringing the universe, the divinity, to everyday life. Here, you are working diligently on producing your prosperity. You're paying attention to the details. You're working on something that's probably more realistic, not realistic. Well, that doesn't take everybody else's help in order to complete. If one person set out to build a cathedral, they wouldn't be able to do it. One person could not do that alone. Here, you're doing something, you're creating a blanket. You're doing something that is, what is the word, utilitarian? That people can use, that can be used every single day, and that will bring warmth and joy to life. So you're working on the details. You're working and creating something on your own. You have your prosperity here at your feet. So you're not constantly focused on, is the money coming in? Is the money coming in? You have prosperity. It's almost as if you leave that alone. Don't worry about it. And I'm not saying don't do things in order to make money. No, you are. That would be why you're creating this blanket. At least in my head, that's why you're creating the blanket. To be used, to be sold. To create wealth. But you're not doing it just for that. You're doing it because it's something you love to do. Not every moment of every day, there's probably frustrations, how long is this going to take? But you are still moving forward in your creation, not giving up. You've had hardship before, absolutely, positively. You've had hardship, the poppies, you're remembering past sorrow. But you are moving forward in your bounty with the wheat, in your prosperity. Kind of being able to make bread from wheat. Knowing that you have the ability to create something from maybe nothing. Moving forward in your wisdom, in your joy, in your happiness. Using even your prosperity kind of as a coaster right here to hold your jug of water. So being very logical as you move forward. Because with the Death card, there's a dying away of the old self and a rebirth of the new. Dying away of one phase of life and a rebirth of a new phase of life. And I love, and I'm just going to put these both up, and I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking. There is the halo behind both of these. So moving forward in kind of divinity of self, and knowing and universally being guided forward. Here you are blessed. You're embracing your prosperity. You're embracing your bounty. You're embracing your beauty. Half of you is looking back towards the spiritual realm, and the other half is moving forward on this earthly plane, saying, this is what I want. This is what I'm achieving. This is what I'm succeeding. And it might happen as a small drop in the sea. Okay? It could be something very small that has you kind of shedding a skin of the past. Think of a snake shedding its skin. Or think of taking off an old, ratty, jacket and putting on a new, beautiful one. Being able to move forward. Still being you. Still being the person that you want to be. But embracing the prosperity, embracing the joy, embracing the happiness. Going through this change and saying, yes, now I'm getting closer and closer to living the truth that I want to live. And it could be that you've had this truth inside you. Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And it's something that you've thought about, it's something that you've hoped for, and now it's starting to really come into pass. You have your bow to defend yourself. Okay? You know the darker side of human nature. You know that you have to work hard. And you are absolutely willing to do so. Okay? But there's as if you're letting go of something that has been holding you back. And now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor pay off. That small little seed that you have planted grows into this beautiful tree that's bearing fruit, that's bearing prosperity. And you're waiting patiently. I love how his hands are clasped before him. You're waiting patiently for that prosperity. You're waiting patiently for that bounty, for that beauty to come in. And you're embracing it. You're sitting there and saying yes. And you know that if you pick the fruit too soon, that it won't be ripe, it won't be sweet. It's as if you rush it, you're not going to reap the beauty that is waiting for you. So keep your patience, even if it seems as if you've been waiting forever, because you're going to start to cultivate more and more prosperity into your life. Everything's going to really start paying off, leading you forward. Pay attention to the details as you are. Sit there, look at the tree, and know that when the fruit is ripe, you will have seeds to plant more trees, almost like an orchard. Enhancing your wealth, enhancing your prosperity, branching out, looking at different avenues. For some of you, you're going to be starting your own business. I very much feel that. For others of you, you're going to be taking a hobby. This is something and making it into something more. This is something that you are creating to create wealth and prosperity in your life. And if you're not interested in starting your business or, capitalizing off a hobby, you are creating this wealth and this prosperity in your life. You're looking at things a new way. You're being patient. You're being kind of not thrifty in a bad way, but very much using your mind in order to sit there and increase your wealth, seeing new ways of doing something, knowing that it's almost time. I mean, you could take down the fruit, you could pick it, you could sweeten it with sugar, and it would be sweet, but it wouldn't be delicious. It's almost time, and as that comes in, then you have the Sun card. As you wait patiently, and when it comes, because it is coming, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles, which I love. And then you have the Sun card. You have the happiest card in the whole entire deck. You start to see things moving forward in beauty and in bounty. You start feeling happy within yourself, within your soul, as if you've been waiting for this your whole entire life. But know that the warning that the Sun card has is that as you let in the joy, as you let in the prosperity, as you shine kind of like your light onto the world, and you're authentically you, you're going to have people say, why aren't you being the way you used to be? This is because you're going through a rebirth of self. You're going through a blessing. You're hearing and paying attention to your inner calling, to who you want to be, how you can enhance the beauty and the bounty of your life. And some people are going to react negatively to it. Some people are going to sit there and say, what gives you the right to be happy? What gives you the right to be joyous? Even if you're just a little bit happy. Because it's slowly and steadily turning the tide and bringing you closer and closer and closer to living that authentic life, to having the song within you sing true. Knowing that, people say we're put on this earth to suffer, this pain, it's sorrow. Knowing that it's not. Life is meant to teach us lessons. Life is meant to have us grow. And the way we grow as human beings is through pain and suffering, right? Through seeing what we don't want. But this is embracing what you do want. This is sitting there and saying, I have every right to be happy, and embracing that happiness, moving forward in prosperity. Now, this could also mean that an earth sign comes into your life, a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Virgo, and starts to help you build that prosperity. But this also means that you embody that energy. You keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. You embrace your own personal prosperity, your own personal bounty. You see the fruits of your labor pay off. You understand the sorrow that you have lived through, and you know that it has made you stronger and better than ever before. And now you're able to kind of manage your wealth with a level-headedness that you might not have had before. You might have not been patient with it. You might have tried to, you might have invested poorly or done something silly, okay, that wouldn't have this wealth keep on coming in. But now you know what you want, and you know the power of it. You know how hard you've worked for it. Not with everybody else, not where everybody else can see, okay, but you know how hard that you've worked individually to obtain your goals. And this is seeing things pay off. Your hard work pays off. Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And you sit there, and you have this divine right to be prosperous and to be happy. And no one can take it away from you, because kings, queens, emperors, empresses, they have divine right behind them. That's supposed to be what separates them from everyday people. You have the divine right to live in prosperity because you are embracing your bounty, your purpose. You're embracing who you are. You're embracing that little piece of the universe within you, that little piece of divinity. And you're saying, I have the right to be bountiful, and I have worked hard at it. And this doesn't mean that now that you have this bounty, you stop working hard. Not at all. It's kind of as if this bounty starts coming in, you start to see the prosperity that you have, and you think, wow, if this is what I can do with this much effort, look at what I could do when I really hunker down. And it gives you a newfound hope. It rejuvenates you in a way that you might not have thought. You sit there and you say, wow, my hard work has paid off. And you are excited, you are joyous, you are prosperous, and you keep on working hard towards it. This will not happen if you sit on the couch all day, not working. This here, even the king, you don't get to stay king. Somebody doesn't assassinate you if you just sit around and do nothing all day. This is your prosperity coming in through hard work, through taking the time and the effort, through going through an evolution of self. And whenever yourself evolves, it's painful. So it probably has been a painful time for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. There has been painful times that really define you, where you sit there and you remember the sorrow, you remember the sadness, you remember everything that you've gone through in order to have your hard work pay off. And you keep on listening to the messages that you're getting. You know that the divinity, the universe, the angels are right there with you as you're working, even if you don't always feel them, even if you don't always see them. And your clarifying cards are the Page of Swords and the Moon card. The Page of Swords means that you are a student of knowing what you want. And for a Gemini, being an endless student is kind of invigorating, always discovering new things, always learning, always growing, always expanding. That's what you're doing. You're learning, you're growing, you're expanding your mind, expanding your consciousness, how you can interpret things, how you can see things, thinking and embracing new ways of seeing situations, having this message come to you. It could be a physical message, it could be a spiritual message that helps lead you forward, because pages are also messengers. So you're going to have something from the 11th to the 20th that something happens. Could be small, could be large, that really gives you that guidance that you need. And then you have the Moon card. You feel the fear and you face it anyway. You do it anyway. You move forward in courage of self. You move forward in wisdom. Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, of war. Knowing when to pick your battles. Your fish down here. Koi fish, good luck. But you also know that the good luck will not last forever. And you know that you have to work hard to keep it coming, to keep it going. This isn't sitting back. This is a reading that says, you know what? You're starting to see success. You're starting to see things pay off. You're starting to see the fruits of your labor come into being. And now you want to know how to keep it coming, how to keep everything moving forward. Just give me a moment. You have been working hard, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, and your hard work is paying off. It's brought a transformation to yourself. You might have never thought that you could want something so much. You could want the prosperity, and it's however you see prosperity, either through work, through home, through family, however, through creating your own business. It doesn't matter, okay? But your prosperity starts to pay off, and you have this transformation of self. And you've been working so hard, following the messages, knowing that the angels are right there with you, and you keep on working on the details. You keep on working on kind of perfecting your skill of something that is useful and bountiful to yourself, something that you can do. You embrace what you can do, and you start to see the fruits of your labor pay off. It's going to take a little while before all the bounty comes in, but the fruits of your labor start to pay off, and you're patient about it. Then you have the King of Pentacles. You have this prosperity coming into your life, embracing this divine right to be prosperous, instead of saying, oh no, I couldn't dare be wealthy. I couldn't dare, have whatever you value as much as wealth come into your life. That's just not for me. No, you're sitting there and saying, it is my divine right, quote unquote, to be bountiful, to be prosperous. And then you have this happiness come in. And this happiness might bring jealousy. This happiness might bring people sitting there and saying, what gives you the right? You've been a student. You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving. And so you might see people kind of fall away, but it's okay, because you're on this path and you know what you want, and you're facing your fears. And you know that if you don't keep on working hard, it's not going to keep on coming. And so this is courage, this is confidence, this is creativity to create the life that you want as you work hard and as you achieve your goals. And as you know that everything is ripening and ripening, and as it comes, it's just going to be so sweet. And you're embracing this new you. There's no more fear, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, because I'm feeling that there was once fear over being happy, over being successful. And now you don't have time for that. You want to succeed, you want to achieve, and you want to be the very best you that you can be. Okay, now they say at the bottom, oh my gosh, I love it. At the bottom of the deck, this is your subconscious mind. This is what you really desire out of life. And this is the World card, the Universe card. This is moving forward in victory. This is moving forward in bounty. Subconsciously, you want to achieve, you want to succeed. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it is a wreath with a woman in the middle, clad by a purple ribbon, holding up wands of victory. I believe there are the 4 apostles in the corners, well, representations of them, or zodiac signs. So here it is moving forward with purity of self. The wreath, the U shape, is replaced by the mountains. Everything being whitewashed, everything being covered with snow, covered with spirit, but also something tangible. Because it's water, but it's not really frozen. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's snow. It's too cold to be wet. It's too cold to be rain, and it's beautiful. It cleanses everything. It seeps into the earth. And then you have the spiritual here. Well, not the spiritual. Well, yeah, no. It's kind of as if you're embracing another higher sense of yourself, the sense that has no limitations, the elemental, the person who can go anywhere and do anything. The star's the limit, the sky's the limit, and you're completely embracing that. You're seeing the world open up to you in a way that it hasn't been before, in a prosperous way, because you're not looking at things abstractly. Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, you're sitting there and saying, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, and this is how I want to succeed. And that's what you are creating, something tangible. You are creating success, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And that is opening up the whole world to you, in a large way, in a small way, in a way that makes you feel free and more authentically you. It was a pleasure reading for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. And this is beautiful. Bye.